Westlake woman is proving that you are only as old as you feel.
Yeah, so 92-year-old Arlene Stoyer is a practicing attorney by day and then a sailboat skipper by night. Jessica Dill has more on how this impressive woman does it all. Hi, Jess.
Christy Wayne, good morning. Arlene Stoyer was one of the first female attorneys in Cleveland. Today at 92, she's still practicing law, but that's only a small part of what makes this woman so special. Age is just a number, right? Well, 92 is definitely just a number for Arlene Stoyer.
Oh, the waters is beautiful, beautiful day for sailing.
Arlene is a practicing attorney by day, skipper by night.
I like the comradeship of the people on the boat. They all work towards one thing, winning and sailing a boat. I like the freedom of being on the water. I like the water.
When she's not working, Arlene is either traveling on mission trips or out on the lake with her family, competing a few times a week in boat races. But her thirst for adventure doesn't stop there.
She still skis, still kayaks. She just quit riding mountain bikes just a few years ago. You're talking about a woman who went to Antarctica to see penguins in person.
Determination isn't something new for Arlene. When she was in her 20s, she worked every day as a sole provider for her family. But at night, she paid for herself to go to law school.
She had a large hand in pioneering women's rights, especially in the legal field here in Cleveland. She was one of the first female attorneys here in Cleveland.
In 1952, Arlene was in the Cleveland Press for graduating top in her class from Cleveland Marshall Law School. Out of 130 students, mostly men. She opened a practice in Cleveland but said for a while people assumed she was the client since she was a woman.
Took a little while, but I got known in Cuyahoga County. But when I went to another county, I'd make it a point to immediately walk up to the judge and say, "Now, my name is Arlene Stoyer. I'm the attorney."
So how at 92 is Arlene still able to do so much?
The good Lord has blessed me. Good Lord's given me good health.
She's done everything she's ever wanted to do because she said she wanted to do it. And I admire that about her.
Arlene now leaves the heavy lifting on the boat to her great-great-nephews, but says she hasn't stopped taking charge.
I watch the sails. I tell them, I give them my ideas, whether they like it or not.
She's still the skipper of the boat. She's still calling the shots. You know, she's feisty out on the lake.
Hold it! Bring it back down till we can get a runner off here.
So you have to ask, what advice does Arlene have for the younger generations?
You don't know what you can do until you try. And you can have a lot of fun doing it. And just because you fall on your face once or twice doesn't mean that you shouldn't get up. As I say, I've had a few broken bones and torn ligaments and something, but they all healed.
Arlene never had any children of her own, but has had many nieces and nephews live with her over the years. Wayne and Christy, she says that in her family, it's just known around age 3 or 4, you get your first sailing and your first skiing lesson.
Wow.
And they're an awesome family. She's just an incredible woman.
Yeah, she is.
No doubt.
Lovely lady. Great story. Thanks, Chef.
Time.
So in just over a week, Progressive Field will be covered with all-stars from all over the country, but one specific all-star is always at the field, and she doesn't even play baseball.
What makes Indians in Park host Gabriela Cruz so special is her desire to help others. Jessica Dill has her story.
If you've been to an Indians game, you may recognize Gabriela Cruz, or as many know her, Gab.
Okay, Mr. Smile, 3 straight division titles, and you've been here for all 3 of them.
The in-park host at every home game will also be working non-stop All-Star Week.
Gab is definitely an all-star, not only in our organization, but the city of Cleveland.
But here's what you might not know. Behind that bubbly personality is a trying past. Gab is a survivor of a violent relationship, one that started with arguments but then escalated.
Squeezing my wrists or shoving me up against the wall, but then it, escalated, ripping the jewelry off of me, pulling my hair, blocking, me from leaving, or speeding in the car so that I can't leave.
One day it got so bad a bystander called police. After that, her loved ones got her the help she needed to move on. 2 years later, she switched her degree to sociology and created the nonprofit organization Love Doesn't Shove.
Meant to educate. It's all about violence prevention, all relating to teen dating violence.
Gab spends her free time visiting schools all over Northeast Ohio, using her past to help teens identify healthy behavior and telling them where to go to get help.
The big part of Love Doesn't Shove is that it's a real, open and inviting conversation to both genders. We have a lot of great discussions on how abuse goes both ways.
According to Cleveland's Domestic Violence and Child Advocacy Center, 1 in 3 adolescents goes through some form of this.
A lot of times this is their first romantic relationship. So they're exploring, they don't really know what to expect, they don't know what's healthy and what's not.
But there are early signs.
If a new relationship and if your partner is overly jealous, overly possessive, if they're really telling you who you can hang out with, who you shouldn't, if they're monitoring your social media.
I definitely don't feel broken in any way, like I'm optimistic about love.
Gab doesn't consider herself a victim, but instead someone who wants to help.
I had too many people help me. Like I had so many people help me. It just feels natural and right to keep that going and give to other people and help them because I know how blessed I've been.
Gabriela Cruz has been working for the Cleveland Indians for 4 years. The Indians say they love having her fun and spunky personality around during games, but they also love her dedication to helping others.
We have such a philanthropic culture here at the Indians, so to have her being such an important part of our brand and taking that outside, and especially to impact a cause like domestic violence, which is a very important one for Major League Baseball and the Indians.
In Cleveland, Jessica Dill, Fox 8 News.
5:42, and we are just 2 weeks away from Ohio Fashion Week, a time when local designers and models, they get to show off their talents on the runway.
Yes, but this show is proving to be different for all others. They're making sure all models feel welcome, no matter your age, appearance, or ability. And Jessica Dill joins us with this fantastic story. Good morning.
Good morning, you guys. Yes, Cleveland history is rich in fashion. We used to be one of the biggest hubs for textile design in the world. Well, now fashion is coming back, and it's all inclusive.
Can you put your arms straight out for me so I can measure?
Jackie Bertolette of Willoughby, she's always been tall and thin. Nothing at the store would fit her, so when she was just 14 years old, she learned to sew and began making her own clothes.
There are times when fabric will inspire me, and there are times when I'll just kind of dream it up and start drawing it.
Flash forward to today, Jackie now has her own clothing line, runs Haute Ohio Fashion Magazine, and founded Ohio Fashion Week, a fashion show event that gives local designers a chance to shine.
A lot of local people cannot afford to go to New York Fashion Week. It's quite expensive. So this gives you a local opportunity to get started, and it also gives you a resume builder.
Ohio Fashion Week is a big week for the designers, but it's also huge for the models, especially the models who are proving nothing will hold them back.
I will be a model because it's so fun. I want to learn new things about modeling.
22-year-old Olivia DePure of Twinsburg has Down syndrome and is a cancer survivor who was diagnosed with leukemia at just 6 years old. But that's just a small part of her story. This supermodel is now taking the fashion industry by storm. She holds the title for Miss Amazing Junior Miss and has modeled in Miami, New York, and is soon heading to Paris.
She's got talent, she's got personality, and she's got heart, and that's what it takes in this industry.
Olivia will be walking in Ohio Fashion Week, which is the first 100% inclusive showcase in Ohio. They accept all models, beginners to seasoned, petite to plus size.
The beautiful thing about the Midwest fashion industry is that it's much more inclusive than the international industry. You don't have to be a size 0 and 5'8". You can be any size, any gender, it doesn't matter.
Olivia's family says that they hope the idea of this all-inclusive modeling will spread throughout the industry.
If you look at Olivia, she's much more like us than different than us. And so we ask that you give people a chance, that you share that kindness that she has for everybody, that you give one individual an opportunity that maybe you didn't give them yesterday. Have kind thoughts in your heart and in your mind.
So what's next for this glamour gal? Well, clearly anything she sets her mind to.
Be brave. Be everything I want to be. Make my dream come true. Follow my heart.
Olivia is not only big in the fashion world, but she's also devoted to the fight against cancer. She has already raised more than $100,000 for cancer research. You can see Olivia walk at the Ohio Fashion Week event on Saturday, September 21st in Menor. She'll be joined by many other models, including 2 alumni from America's Next Top Model. For ticket information, head to our website, fox8.com.
That's awesome.
Beautiful event.
Yeah, it
I
is.
know, including everybody too. You know, that's the wonderful thing. But it also, so many people are involved in the fashion world here in Cleveland. It really lets them show off their work and show off their talent. So
Great for Jackie to be starting that up too.
yeah, she's incredible.
Yeah,
Very
she
talented
really
too.
is.
I'm amazed. She can take a piece of fabric and a day later she has a dress made. I'm like,
That stuff amazes me. I'm like, I don't even know where to start.
I know, neither do
Right?
I. Neither do I.
I mean, I don't even know how to sew a button on.
I can do that. I think it's the only thing I can do.
Okay, maybe I can do that.
I can.
It's okay. We'll do
right.
it for you, Doc.
Thanks, Jess. I appreciate it.
Doctor by day, ninja by night.
Yeah, a pediatric heart surgeon at Cleveland Clinic Children's Hospital has not only been awarded for what he does in the surgery room, but also for what he does in his spare time. Jessica Dill has this very unique story. Good morning.
That's right. Good morning, you guys. Yes, the Cleveland Clinic is known for having impressive doctors and department heads, but one surgeon in particular really knows how to make people say, wow.
Meet Dr. Hani Najam, the chair of congenital and pediatric heart surgery at the Cleveland Clinic Children's Hospital. One look around his office and you can see his endless awards given for the more than 5,000 open heart operations he successfully performed. Impressive, right? Well, prepare to be mind blown. This husband and father of 3 also holds 5 black belts in Taekwondo.
You not only fall in love with it, it just becomes part of you.
Dr. Najam began Taekwondo in high school in Saudi Arabia, but he really started to excel right as he was beginning medical school. He clearly balanced it well because not only did he graduate second in his class, but he also won Saudi Arabia's national championship 3 years in a row.
Every time I went in with full thrust. I was always prepared mentally, physically. My soul was into it.
It's that self-control that Dr. Najam says prepared him to be a surgeon, because both use mind, body, and soul.
Your senses has to be so adapted to what's happening around you, as well as in surgery, to make sure that you're not missing anything.
Okay, so clearly we're not all black belts in Taekwondo, but Dr. Najam says it's important to keep some type of workout in your routine.
That doesn't only allow you to sleep well, it also allows you to think well and concentrate better. And these things, if we don't have, we cannot produce.
And it's that nurturing manner that makes Dr. Najam so great to work with.
He's a very positive person, and he's a very self-help person. And he always tries to look for the best in everything, and I think Taekwondo had a very big part of that.
So he's positive, he's clearly great at his job, but some advice, just don't mess with him.
Ah!
All right, Sean, I'm okay, everyone. I am okay. On top of his work at the clinic, Dr. Najam serves in leadership roles for numerous heart and surgery societies across the world. As for his Taekwondo accolades, he also was a coach, an international referee, and the president of the Taekwondo Federation. He never lost a match. He taught me some kicks. Man, it's
Clearly.
hard.
Oh, yeah. We've seen that 3 times. We still laugh, and it looks like it hurts.
It's dangerous, but he's great. Wow, incredible.
Yeah, what a cool doctor. Yeah. All right, thank you. Appreciate it.